In an effort to continue my once a month videos, we are going to talk about childhood special interests and engaging with them. We are going to craft and talk. So I had a therapy appointment a couple days ago, and this therapist is super AuDHD affirming, ADHD and autism affirming of both. And one of the things that we've been trying to figure out for me is how to reduce the dysregulation that I have that ends up being burnout and dissociating combined. So if I get so burnt out that I don't notice it, I start dissociating. And there's somatic practices that I do to kind of help regulate my body. But if I'm past that point, because with AuDHD, sometimes you don't realize it's happening, or there's no way to remove yourself from the situation. You reach the burnout and you're dissociating, and it's not ideal, and you're scrolling on TikTok all the time. Her little piece of homework or assignment for me was to find ways to look back in my childhood and see what special interests I had. She mentioned one of her special interests, which kind of reminded me that I used to love watching the old version of The Worst Witch, which was a TV series. They revamped it. It's on Netflix now. And I also really loved Eric Carle. My sister is an artist. She's an art teacher as well. I don't consider myself very artistic, and I need to stop saying that because that is a reason I haven't engaged with any of this stuff at all. So I sat down, I looked at a picture of Ellie that I had that I just really, really loved. And I know I'm not going to edit this later, so I am going to pull it up now because let's lessen the brain work that I have to do. And you can just see it on my phone. So that's the picture. I've been going on walks with her, and just her tongue. She's so happy. She was exercising. Love Eric Carle, right? So I just watercolored like this one and just made a sheet. If you want to see it, it's on my TikTok. And this is Ellie in my watercolor design. The tongue I left unglued is kind of floppy, and so isn't this ear, and I really like that part of this. I also like the layering. I originally was just going to do the head so it looked like this, and then I was like, well, I have this kind of piece that can kind of be underneath like her jaw, and then I have these pieces here, so I added on to it, and I want to do the same thing today with this. I have no idea. I think a lot of people have hobbies. I don't have hobbies. At least I haven't up until this point. And I feel like that's because as someone who is autistic, I have special interests, but my special interests tend to be very intellectual. I love lifelong learning. I love researching. I love being a part of programs. I'm already, with my new job, I applied for a postmaster's certificate. That is something I like. The problem with that is that when I'm getting to the burnout or I'm getting to dissociating, all of that kind of stuff in special interest is too higher thinking for me that I can't engage in it. I need something that is more like physically enjoyable. So like, this is where this comes in. I do have splints on my hands because I also have EDS issues, and my joints aren't secure, and it does cause hand pain, but so doesn't scrolling on my phone. So we're gonna do another one of these today. Something that I've learned about me is I am a perfectionist, but the point where I don't want to start unless I know it's going to be perfect. And that has stopped me from doing a lot of things. So we are going to artwork and talk, and my expectations for this are so low. It's okay for whatever this ends up being. I just like the movement. I like the color. It doesn't have to be perfect. And artwork, I'm realizing, isn't, oh, I'm a really good artist. Is I really enjoyed this thing I made. And I really, really enjoyed this thing I made. So we're going to do another one. And I think I enjoyed it more than, working with the markers. I do have some marker things that I did. Oh God, when did my ADHD pick up this hobby? It had to have been last fall because there's pumpkins. And I was trying things out. You can actually see how like perfectionist I was. I was like, oh, I'll try 1, 2, 3 different methods and then I'll make a big one. And I think I did the same, for this one. I was like 1, 2, 3, and then I'll make a big one. So yay for Jess, just committing to making one piece of art. here's what I'm thinking. I have the colors. I originally did my first one with purples. I just love purple, and so I was like, let's do purple. This one, I was like, I kind of want greens because there's this artwork over here that I got, and I just really like the cow, and it makes me happy. So I kind of want to make a cow. I'm not going to use this as a reference photo. I'm going to pull something off my phone, I think. But just something about that makes me happy. And then I was looking over here, and yesterday I could kind of see the outline of the cow base here, but I don't know if that's what's going to happen. You might look at a piece of art and see things in it. I used to do that all the time as a kid. I would actually stare at doors and see designs within the woodwork. And so that, I guess, is what I'm doing here, which is good because in a somatic way, you're focusing on looking at something and making observations, and that's kind of grounding. I don't know. Is this me doing extra credit for therapy? I don't know. I'm just going to look for a reference picture on here. Oh my gosh, look at that one. I really like that one. Okay, this is not what I was going to go for, but I like this one so much I want to use it. We're gonna make the colors work. The other thing that I really like is I'm from Vermont, and Vermont is well known for tie-dye and just a mesh of fun colors. And I want a mesh of fun colors. I'm not good with like shadow work. I'm not good with highlights. So there aren't any. There's just stacked stuff on here. So that's what we're going to do. Again, this is not about the artwork itself. This is about engaging in something that just makes you happy. And this makes me happy. And that's kind of why I want to share it. This kind of changes a lot. So when I said I saw that cow piece in here, now I'm thinking like the brighter colors instead. I kind of like this piece for the snout. I'm gonna cut there first. Again, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm not even, I'm not using pencil. I am just going for it. This is actually really funny timing. This is going to post 2 weeks after I filmed it. But on how to ADHD, I can't talk. On how to ADHD, Jess over there is currently going through and trying different hobbies and settling on like what hobby she wants to do. So every episode she's doing 2 different hobbies, comparing them, choosing one, moving forward bracket style. And I'm very curious to see what she ends up choosing and like what the options are. The first episode that I saw ended up being, it was bird watching and Magic the Gathering. That's kind of cute with the yellow. Go more purpley. I want to go bright this time. Like yeah. I think one of the things that's a little difficult for me is I'm a processor. So when my therapist first was like, what special interests do you have? And I was like, teaching. And I also like reading nonfiction books, and I also like researching. That made this really hard because that obviously was not going to be what I needed to engage in for this. I wonder if we could layer that to like kind of show the fold. I've always been amazed with what my friends can do for hobbies and stuff, and they're just so incredible, and I'm so amazed at them that I kind of wish I felt that way for me. And I think maybe that's partly why I'm trying to do this, because it's having me engage in that kind of stuff and think that stuff for me. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's another ear. I think what's really cool is how much you can do out of one piece of paper. Like it became the thing. That's what I hope this one does. I hope it becomes the thing. Okay, I'm getting stuck on the ears, and therefore we're gonna pause on the ears because there's no reason to get stuck. Oh, one of the things I liked, and I knew I could do this, is I could take the old pieces and kind of utilize them here. This is not actually the correct size for the cow, and I kind of don't care. I actually like it. That's cute. That's really cute. Oh, we need eyes. I like this for an eye. Got like a little dot thing going. I need another eye about that size. This one's purple and it's kind of cute. I have no idea what this video is going to end up being. I don't know what it's going to take to like jog the memory of what childhood special interests were. I think one of the things I really enjoyed was stuff like, I liked collecting and organizing. I liked a lot of tape for crafts, but I didn't necessarily end up doing the crafts all the time. Or I really liked school supplies. And so I almost liked the idea of it more than like doing something with it itself, which makes it a little difficult. We need like a bottom piece for this. What about like this guy? This already has kind of the shape. We just cut there, and we go there, and then we go there, and it can be shorter too. Love! Oh, it just works. It just ends up working out. Oh, I love art in this way. This is really cool because again, I don't feel like I'm artistic. And I am artistic. I need to stop the negative self-talk of, oh, you're not this. People will say that in education. They'll be like, I'm not a math teacher. And I'm like, don't say that. Because you are. Anybody can teach math. And anybody can do math and learn math. And I think maybe being a math coach and thinking about that in that aspect has really changed some things for me. I love this because it's not exactly to scale, and I am okay with that. Let's do like a little tuft of hair here. It's gonna be at the top. I don't know how I'm gonna do that, but I'm literally just gonna go in and make pieces. Yes. I love this. The other thing that I love is I don't necessarily have to cut all these extra pieces. They just kind of get tucked and it works. I think we need a little more haircut over here. A little bit more showing than what I thought. Yay! I feel like the eyes need some more, even though they have their time to shine. They need something else. Maybe the eyes should go like that. But they need like pupils or something. They need a little life to them. Let's do the purple for one side. And let's do green for the other, and they can be like the opposite of each other. It doesn't have to be like the best thing ever. It just has to be. And I think it's more the experience and the engaging in the special interest. How many times have I just ended up stimming while I've been sitting here? And that's the point, is like just the stimming. We're looking a little less cow-like here because things got moved around. We might need to do some gluing here. I also kind of wonder if these need to be opposite. I have a deconstructed cow at the moment. Yeah, I think maybe we cut a little bit. Hopefully that's not too much, but if it is, we just end up layering, I think. Stop doing that. There we go. There we go. We gotta start gluing. Otherwise, so here's my issue. If I don't start gluing, I get all the pieces and then it ends up being a lot to try to figure out and go back to. Eek! Okay. Got you. I'm committing to this. I know that it's not the right size. It actually would make more sense if it was that way, but it doesn't matter. I kind of like the straight pieces too. Get rid of that guy. This one goes here. I think it's gonna go under. Yes, it's gonna go under. There's something about using a glue stick again in so long that just feels so great. Maybe that's what it is. Engaging with like the simple things like a glue stick. And then I think this goes here. Ooh. Yes! Yes! It's working out. Makes me so happy seeing it together. I love this. Oops. No, don't fall apart. It's gonna be a little crooked. That's okay. I'm okay with that. This is really good to break my perfectionism of having just something is better than trying to get it perfect. And then we'll cut off some of the extra. Boop. Oh, I got an ear somehow. I don't know how I got an ear, but I did. I think we need big ears, like much bigger than what I had. And I wonder how that's going to work. So there's like one big ear, and I need another color of another big ear. Okay, I have another green. This could work. Originally in my mind, I was like, there's going to be a big sky, and there's going to be grass, and now there's none of that. I think my therapist appreciates me coming back and being like, so you're right, this actually did make a difference. I wonder what side I should do. I kind of envisioned this side being here. Maybe this is what it's good for too, is like the just committing, just making a choice, just trying something. Because if it doesn't look good, and I have specific journal pieces that I wanted to do something and it just did not look good, that's okay. It's okay if it doesn't look right. The other thing that I really like about Eric Carle and stuff is how he just like uses scraps and makes the scraps work. In A Very Hungry Caterpillar, there's the pieces from a hole punch in the front and back of the book. And I just think that's so cool, so resourceful, very neat. There we go. What happened to my eyeballs? There's my eyeballs. I don't know where I want these. I'm just going to find out. I'm just going to place them. Ah! I lost an eyeball! Is it gone? I don't see it on the ground. This is going to sound really silly, but I also appreciate and enjoy how I'm doing this on construction paper. Oh, I see the eyeball. Isn't Olive Ellie's shedding hair? She's shedding so bad. Okay. This eye was over here. This eye was over there. Nope, they were the opposite, I think. Shoot, now I don't know which way they were. They had to be like this. Okay, and then we need the nose. Ah, it's sticking to me. Oh, that for sure should be like that. No, it should be like that. Oh, either way is good. Don't you love when like both options are great? We're going with whatever one gives it the most character. And I think this way gives it character. A little bit more glue here. Oh, or not. Or you just work. That's cool. There, I think. Yeah. Coming together. I think I need some space filled between here and here. Like, it just needs a little more something. A little more cow part. Yeah. Doesn't need like a lot, it just needs some filler. Yep, that works. One of the things I wanted to talk about that I totally forgot because I'm so immersed in my artwork is this channel has very much been a part of me trying to find myself because I have been masked for so long and like didn't actually realize I was AuDHD for so long, that I think a part of me early on into the channel was trying to be somebody else. Like I was mirroring other people who I enjoyed watching. And there is something so freeing about figuring out who I am. One of the big things was figuring out like, I really like this hairstyle. I really like how it's cut back short around the ears because I really like my ears. I like how it's long, but I like how it's super short and layered so that it has like the curls. And Pocket friends were just like, that looks like you. And they have seen a lot of different haircuts. Art is really hard because I feel like you could look at something that's Eric Carle and just make Eric Carle art. Actually, I have something to show you. I couldn't find it and I started panicking and I was looking through the files again to see what I missed, and I ended up feeling it before I could see it. So this I think I made in like 1st or 2nd grade, and it is a collage. And there's hair in my mouth. And I think it was a tote bag or it was a shirt. I don't know. I ended up cutting it out. This is my artwork. This is Eric Carle artwork. In kindergarten, we did all these cool covers for these journals and she laminated them. And I liked how the colors on this one kind of combined together. This, my therapist had told me to like go back through and kind of see what I enjoyed as a kid because artwork can be really telling. And so like the two of these combined, I feel like is kind of what this is. And it's not me trying to be Eric Carle, it's me trying to be me and what I like. And that is hard to do. So I am really proud of myself in that aspect for just doing it. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. Okay, I want to attach the ears. I do. I really can't wait to show her. I think she's going to be happy that I have done this, not just once, but that I've found a way to engage. I think by looking at my own video, I can tell that I am enjoying it because of how much stimming I have done. And I think that is really cool. I want to trim this a bit more, I think. Let's see. See if that makes it look better. Oh, I kind of like that layer. Oh, cool. The ear kind of went between 2 different other pieces and I didn't expect it to, but I like how it looks. I love the layering. Cool, love that. I think I actually want to do that over here. Still not exactly how I want it. So anyways, I have been trying really hard to figure out who I am in what aspect, and I'm very happy with myself for trying to figure that out, and you know, coming onto a channel and being like, oh no, I think we're going to find me again. I think we're going to understand that niche and find that niche again. And no, I'm not the person with the perfect baskets and stuff and, you know, the perfect minimalist mindset. Okay, there's this part of the cowl that kind of like hangs low, and I like that. I want to show that in here. I think we're just going to start rounding out and see what happens. It's going to be like really skinny. It's going to be something here, like that. Like that, yes. And there's got to be like 2 layers to it, so there we go. So we got the cow. Whoop. We got, maybe we'll go this way. We got a layer there and a layer here, or a layer underneath. And I feel like if we're going to do that, we need more. We need more. Don't know in what capacity. This is where I just start layering a bunch of things. It only goes from there to there. Yes! Yes! Okay, that right there. And then, oops, why that? Not that. Rounded like shoulders. Rounded like shoulders. You know what? I need it longer and I don't have the pieces to make it longer, so we're cutting it in half. And we're gonna put, I'm committing to this. Committing! Gosh, if y'all make it to the end, whoop, whoop. And then we're committing to this side because it's going to look good. Because honestly, it's looked good every time I've done this so far for a total of one time. But you know, I've liked it. What if we did like 2 more? Like that. And that. That looks silly enough that I like it. I think. I hope. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Oop. My partner's calling me. Hi, baby.
Hi.
I'm making a cow.
Sweet. Are you gonna milk for us?
No, I'm only making the face.
Oh. Like, more or less, like people.
All right, are you ready? I can't even talk. I'm so excited. Are y'all ready? So, reference picture, don't get attached to it because it doesn't quite look like that. Ooh, oh, look at the phone. Okay. Ready? Ta-da! The only thing I might shift, and I'm not going to change it at all, but the only thing I might have shifted is having this bigger so that the nostrils are actually kind of where they're supposed to be, but we don't need them that way. The ears aren't fully attached, so they move. The hair moves, and it's just fun. It's just fun. So I hope y'all did something along with this, and if not, I just, thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. My therapist is right. This does heal me a little bit. It makes me feel good. It makes me smile. Now I have a collection here. It's not perfect, but it's something, and it's a style. I love it. All right, friends, see you in I can't talk today. See you in the next video. Bye. Okay, I changed one small thing. I made it a little wider on the edge. Okay, bye for real.